was staying home on a Wednesday afternoon from school, and I'd gone down for a nap, and when I woke up, I couldn't feel my legs. And what the doctors eventually told me happened was that my body's immune system attacked the nerve endings at the base of my spinal cord instead of attacking the flu.
It says that you were diagnosed with a neurological condition. Can you tell us a little bit about
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with a rare neurological condition called acute transverse myelitis, which is a word that you can forget as soon as you hear it. What it was that so I was sick, I had the flu, and I had was staying home on a Wednesday afternoon from school, and I'd gone down for a nap, and when I woke up, I couldn't feel my legs. And what the doctors eventually told me happened was that my body's immune system attacked the nerve endings at the base of my spinal cord instead of attacking the flu. So it was a
Mm.
fluke happening. It was just an autoimmune response that my body reacted in a particular way, but it caused enough damage and swelling on the base of my spinal cord that it left me paralyzed from the waist down. And so I was diagnosed with this condition, and because of how acute, how quickly the paralysis took place, I was told that I probably would not walk for the rest of my life.
So it
They
wasn't
said
like
that.
you're gonna get paralyzed. You were already paralyzed.
Yeah, I was paralyzed, yeah. So
Wow.
the how it was described to me was that so this is a condition that's not unlike MS, multiple sclerosis, in the sense that it does have to do with the myelin sheath at the base of the spinal cord, and the chances of recovery are largely related to how slowly the paralysis takes place. And because my paralysis was otherwise instant, as far as we knew, the chances of recovery were very, very slim. So I was told, it could be X number of years with intense physiotherapy, and you need to make sure that you're ready for that. And the short story is that 1 month from the day that I woke up and couldn't feel my legs, I woke up on February 8th and got out of bed and walked over to my wheelchair and sat down. And that was it. And when I did eventually go and have a checkup with the doctors, there was no evidence of the swelling, and there was no evidence of the damage that was caused. So I would consider that a miraculous. In fact, it was the doctors who first used the word
Mm.
miracle. It wasn't my parents; they're very hesitant. Um, but yeah, so it marked a powerful supernatural
So
experience.
it wasn't like you went to some kind of a prayer meeting or something like that. It was, I mean, you're a Christian, you're in a Christian home. Sure, I mean, how old were you?
I was 11. It was just
Okay,
before
yeah.
my 12th birthday.
Hey, it's good to see you here on Apologia Center. This is a ministry that's there to provide you, the viewer, with content that's going to be informative for you, that you can learn from and apply into your life as you develop your worldview formation as a Christian. If you're not a Christian, you're more than welcome to be on this channel and maybe be challenged by some of the claims of Christianity and challenge us with your claims in a friendly, respectful way. I think this is a channel like no other on YouTube, frankly, because of the community we've developed. So if you want to be a part of this community, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you aren't subscribed, join us on Discord and jump onto our Patreon and just be a part of the community. Yeah, so I mean, people are praying for you. They're praying for your family and your parents. I mean, knowing how the church reacts to kind of devastating news,
Yeah.
obviously, like this to people's families. I'm sure
Hmm.
people were praying for healing and it just went away.
Yep, went away, and I felt very convicted at that point, but more so later in my life that I'd experienced something that God had given me an experience of how easily I take advantage of something as simple as walking. And so I
Mm.
was involved in athletics later in my teen years, particularly in track and field, and I competed um, international or nationally, not internationally. I competed nationally for both in high school and university in track and field as some a way that I felt passionately about how I could not continue to take advantage of something like that and do that in remembrance. Now, of course, because our hearts are deceitful above all things, that became very perverted in my mind in terms of my success. I was convinced at one point in my undergrad that I was going to be the next Eric Little, who was this famous Christian
Mhm.
track athlete who, ran for the glory of God. And then I had injury after injury from overtraining, and that really affected me in a way that I don't think it would have otherwise, but it was because I was making that thing about me. I wasn't actually making it about God.
Okay, man, it's just cool because people have these conversations. You're saying the doctors came out and they're like, "Hey, here's what we looked at. This is what was happening," and then just like this, it seems like as quickly as it came is the way it kind of went away. People can do whatever they want with that. I mean, your testimony, your kind of story is your story and what you believe about that. I'm gonna look at that and go like, dude, that's a miraculous act of God, and that's just His grace. So it was really encouraging reading that in your story and saying, hey, there's God's fingers again.